Graffiti vandals can be hard to catch.
It's a huge problem.
All-out war on graffiti.
2 out of every 3 cans were stolen out of your typical neighborhood store.
And what happens to the kids convicted of graffiti offenses?
Crime scene colon, these cold streets you patrol on. Try to get a hold on, kids strapped with growl on.
Vandals born on my kid, getting chased, baited, but mostly getting shit painted.
Someone wants them, either step up, run up, or shut up.
LA is the gallery, the streets of New York is the gallery, the streets of Chicago is the gallery. You can go to some places in LA where there's railroad tracks and crazy ass walls, you're gonna see that art for free. You might pay for being in the wrong place.
Ocho Kalacas, motherfucker! Hola, County, cabrones! ¿Cómo está Rosarito? ¿Cómo está Tijuana? Todos a bailar, todos a hacer un círculo, a hacer desmadre, cabrones. To the fucking bed!
Yo, you tuning in to Eyesore Radio. Yo, on today's episode, state your name, where you from?
This is Jaime from Ocho Kalacas, aka Sr.Kalaca.
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for the invite.
Hey, bro, it's a pleasure, man, for you to bless us, man. It's an honor to be here, bro. Hey, man. Yo, let's get straight into it, bro. First things first, man. How did you come up with the name, bro, Sr.Kalaca?
Of course, it comes from my band. I've been playing with Ocho Kalacas for 23 years now, and nomás de repente se me ocurrió empezar a hacer mi mercancía, and that's how I started. So after I started making my merch, it needed a name, it needed a face, and so Sr.Kalaca was it, yeah.
Where are you from and where did you grow up?
I'm from Mexico. I grew up, my hometown is Toluca, el Estado de Mexico. And when I first got here to the States, I arrived at the 818, El Valle, Sanfer. And after fucking like 20 years, I think, I moved over here to Orange County. So I'm from all over the place.
Nice. Growing up, what role did music play like in your home and like in your daily life?
Growing up, my family, they love music. They listen to everything. Of course, my grandma, my mom, and my tios, they're into cumbias, salsa, and all the Latin music, And me, myself, I always like rock. Growing up, de chavalillo, pues, escuchaba como el Tri, Soda Stereo, Caifanes, rock en español. And then when I moved to the States, I started listening to more English rock, like classic rock. The Doors, one of my favorite bands. Nirvana, stuff like that. And somehow I landed here in the Skacore.
When did you first realize music was something you wanted to be a part of?
I always loved music. Like I said, my family, some of them are musicians. Mi abuelo con sus hermanos tocaban en tríos. Mi jefe por un tiempo también fue vocalista. Y entonces música es parte de mi vida. And since I was a little kid, I always felt something like special every time I listened to a song or a band or just the rhythm. And I know it's just in my blood.
Yo, man, how did you first find your way into the ska scene, and like, what was it about it that like pulled you in?
The ska scene. When I was in high school, I remember there was there was like not a lot of bands, or that I know. I only knew of a few. One of them was Chencha Berrinches, and that's because I think some of the sisters of the homie Armando, they went to the same high school as I did, and I met them, and we were chilling, and then I started listening to that music, but I didn't even know what it was. Like, I was into some other shit, but that was the first time I heard of Skacore, yeah. And then when I moved to OC, I met Headset, the other singer, the other vocalist for Ocho, and he introduced me to like new music, and he was like, watcha, güey, este tape te va a costar un tape, güey, imagínate, hace un chingo de tiempo. So he gave me a tape y era Morbos Club de Sectacore. Entonces cuando lo puse, dije, verga, what the fuck is this? This is good. So de ahí me empezó a gustar, y ya ves, cuando te gusta algo, pues empiezas a ver y investigar más. Entonces me fui metiendo poco a poco al Skacore, y ya después empecé a conocer pues a todas las demás bandas que ahora escucho, que ya escucho un chingo de ska, yo creo, de ska, two-tone, rocksteady, ska tradicional, ska latino, ska punk, ska core, you know, there's a bunch of shit, yeah, but yeah, everything to do with ska I love.
Was the ska scene big in OC when you came?
Fíjate que when I was there, no, yo no sabía, como te repito, no sabía mucho. Maybe there was gigs, maybe there was show, but I was not into the scene, so I didn't know. I was more like into rockabilly, psychobilly, and I used to go to like psychobilly gigs, but no escuchaba ska or skacore. It was like different. It was mostly fucking psycho and some rockabilly, you know. It was cool. I love that shit, but no escuchaba ska hasta no sé, maybe unos 20 años que se empezó como a introducir todo, y empezaron a hacer shows de not only psychobilly, but then you had a skacore band, and then you had a ska band, and then they started like playing together, and I think that's how I started knowing more about the scene in LA and stuff.
What was the ska scene like when you first started going to the shows?
Let me think about it. It's been a minute. I'm on an old fart. Wow, sí, ya me acordé. Pero las primeras veces que fui a tocadas así fue aquí en Anaheim, actually. It was here in I don't know if you guys know about this place. It's called the JC Fandangos. It was right here on
by Harbor, right?
Yeah, in State College. And I got to see Tijuana No there, and I got to see a lot of bands. Mano Chao, I think he was there too. Sectacore was there, and this is before Ocho. Ocho wasn't even in the plan, but that's where I met the homies. That's where I met some of the homies, that the original members of Ocho, the old cats. Now it's only me and Headset, the two vocalists that the original members that started the band. My other brothers, they've been with the band for like over 10 years, so there's not like they're new, you know what I mean?
Right.
But they're the newer guys, because the band's been around for 23 years, since 2003. So yeah, like the new guys, but not new really.
Yeah.
They've been around for what, 10, 15 years. So yeah, that's where we at right now.
Any bands that you looked up to at that time?
Cuando empecé a ir a shows de ska, había muchas bandas que las vi la primera vez, and I was like, oh fuck, these guys are cool. Viernes 13 was one of them. La Banda Escalavera was another band that I really thought it was pretty fucking badass. Había una banda que se llamaba Rocco Bacoco, que no sé, creo ya no tocan, pero son camaradas. Matamosca siempre me gustó mucho. La Chencha, La Resistencia. What else? Las 15 Letras. Yeah, the old school cats.
Was there a rivalry between OC and LA?
OC, no, pues fíjate que no, porque OC casi no hay bandas de escaso. Nadie nos pelaba, you know, nadie, pues, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say, I think we put OC on the map, you know what I mean? Porque, pues, no había mucho en español, pues. En inglés sí hay muchas bandas, pero en español casi no había nada. De Skacore, pues, mucho no había. You have of course, when you talk about old bands, I gotta mention my brothers, the homies from Voodoo. They're from Riverside. But from here, from Orange County, pues I don't know anyone else. Well, teníamos una banda que también empezamos a tocar con ellos. Son más veteranos que nosotros. Pero pararon por un tiempo, la Gabriela Penca. Con ellos empezamos a tocar muchos shows. Pero ellos sí son de aquí, de OC. Y también la Mafia Rusa, cuando empezó, todos casi eran de acá, de OC. Entonces esos tres eran los únicos que yo conocía, incluyendo Ocho Kalacas from Orange County. Pero pues a lo mejor estoy faltando respeto, pues no me acuerdo de otras bandas.
How did the idea of starting Ocho Kalacas come about?
It was like, I don't know, it was like coincidencia, it was like suerte, it was just like, we started, I just mentioned Gabriela Penca. So some of the members, when they stopped playing with La Penca, they were bored, I guess, and they wanted to start a new band. And I met those guys, like I said, at JC Fandangos. I went to watch them play there. Actually, they opened up for Sectacore, I think. So that night I met some of those guys, and we ended up having a fucking after party at my house. So ya pedos, ¿dónde va a ser el after? Que la chingada. So we went to my house, and ahí platicando con los homies, they were like, so you playing a band or what? And I was like, no. And it was, how come you have so many instruments? I was like, I just like music. And then the homie was like, so you want to start a band? And I was like, fuck it, let's start a band. And then they were like, how about we go to like a studio like on a Wednesday? I said, well, I'll give you my number and call me, and if you call me, we'll make it happen. And I go, I'll take my congas or my bongos, and we'll see, right? So yeah, yo pensaba que no me iban a hablar, pero sonó mi teléfono, and I answered, and he was like, hey, so you still down, or what, you want to come down to the studio? I was like, sure, why not? And so I just had like a pair of bongos, I think, and some congas, I think. And I took that shit to the studio. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was not a singer. I never thought I was gonna be a singer. I was the guy playing the congas. And but I was the más puro desmadre, you know. I just wanted to be part of something, part of a band. I love music, so I just wanted to be part of something. And después de las primeras dos veces que ensayamos, we were like, well, we need a name, right? We need a name. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. We need a name, right? I mean, it was nothing, really. It was just like chilling people, you know, chilling homies making music, you know, but it was nothing. And it was 8 of us, so we decided on Ocho. And then Ocho what? And then we were like, well, why don't we do like skulls? And we were like, Ocho skulls, no, soy medio mamón, no? So then the homie Memo, el baterista, he was like, Kalacas, Ocho Kalacas. And they were like, fuck it, Ocho Kalacas, that sounds cool. And that was it. We were driving to like a show. We were driving, not a show, but like a nightclub. We were going to go to, I think we were going to go to La Cueva in Riverside. It was like a rock en español night, you know. So we're like on our way over there, and we're like, Ocho Kalacas, then yeah, fuck it, Ocho Kalacas. And the next time we got together, we had a name. That's how it happened.
Damn. Who were the original members of the band?
fuck, I forgot their names, bro. It's been like I said, 23 years, but started, fuck, because we had so many people going in and out. But I can say whoever's still here is Headset, and then we have Memo that was with us. He came back for a little bit because we were in the need of a drummer, and he was able to hacer el paro y nos hizo el paro en la batería otra vez. Pero ahorita, pues estamos casi... Es una banda diferente que la que empezó. Yeah. Pero había un vato que se llamaba Juan. Otro Juan que también en el bajo. Hemos tenido un chingo de bajistas, güey. Como siempre hemos tenido la mala suerte para los bajistas. Y si habíamos tenido como unos 7, 8 bajistas. So, ya nomás ahí son como 8 o 9 nombres que ya no me acuerdo.
Who are the active members now?
Eso sí. Right now, pues we have Headset on the second vocals. And then we have... Cut. I need a drink.
How long has Ocho Kalacas been around now?
23 years. Like I said, we started in 03, and we've been going strong since then. Yeah, ups and downs, you know. Always it's like this. Sometimes you feel like, fuck, you know, like once you start like doing it, like kind of like we could say de corazón y profesionalmente, is like it's not as fun as you think. It's like a job, you know. Sometimes good days, sometimes bad days, but I mean overall it's been fucking great. I wouldn't change anything, and if I died and I was born again, I'd do it again.
Did you think the band would last this long?
No, I didn't. I never planned. We never planned for like time, or we never said, oh, we're gonna play for this long. Every time, like later on tonight, I have practice, and I feel like I want to go another 40 years. You know, like I don't think I could ever stop.
Is there a relationship outside of the shows with the band?
Yeah, we're brothers. We all chill together sometimes, because you know we all have jobs and responsibilities and families and whatnot. But whenever we get a chance, we go to shows together. We do a lot of things together. Sometimes we have barbecues, shit like that.
What has the band given you that you didn't expect when you started?
Ooh, that's a good question. Love, man, a lot of love. Like, it is like a family, dude. Like, sometimes we fight, but most of the time we fucking love each other, and we encourage each other to do better. And that's something that when you don't grow up with your brothers or sisters, or you don't have anybody, then you have them. Then you have your band. You know what I mean? Me and my brother, we grew up like not together the whole time, but I got lucky that I found my brothers in Ocho Kalacas. Yeah.
Are there any artists outside of the genre that people might be surprised influenced you?
Maybe. I don't know if you guys know Jose Alfredo Jimenez. He's one of my best. I would say one of the best writers. Juan Gabriel, El Buki. I look up to lyrics. I love to write. So every time I listen to music, I'm like, fuck, who wrote this song? So I go back, and so that's why I'm fan of Jose Alfredo, Juan Gabriel, people that write lyrics.
Is there anything about the ska scene you don't like or wish you could change?
That I don't like? Nah. I respect everybody. I think todos tienen el derecho de hacer su música como quieran, you know, y el estilo que ellos quieran tomar, mientras que se escuche bien. Fuck it, hay público para todo el mundo, you know. So no, I wouldn't change a thing. I think it's been around for a long time, and it's gonna keep going, because every time I wake up, I see new bands, you know, new people, and I'm like on social media, and I'm like, fuck, who the fuck is this? it's a bunch of new kids and they're doing good shit. So I wouldn't change a thing.
I'm sure you might have already like touched on this like question, but how's today's ska scene different from like when you first started?
Well, now there's social media and there's more opportunity for your band to sound in other parts of the world. You know, like if you're on Spotify or whatever, or Apple or whatever, your music can be played everywhere. Basically, you know, back in the day didn't have that. We had CDs and cassettes, so it was hard. It was harder for musicians to like expand. You know what I mean? At least on a level where people can listen to you, like in Indonesia or fucking Colombia. You know, but now with all this new technology and shit, people from everywhere are free to listen or able to listen to what you're doing, your music.
What's your creative process in making music?
I like to write lyrics. I hardly ever play an instrument. I mess with Latin percussions, but I don't know how to play the guitar, and I wish I knew. Because when you play the guitar, it's easier to make songs. But I like to write, and when I have an idea, I still run and get a piece of paper and a pen. I don't get my phone. I know I can get my phone and make a note, but I'm old school. I run, get a piece of paper, write shit down, and then I come back to it when I'm free or when I'm feeling inspired, and I go to where I've written down, y de ahí salen rolas. De ahí salen todas las rolas que hemos hecho.
Do you have a most memorable or like favorite Ocho Kalacas song, and why?
I'm gonna say Dime, because I remember watching the news, right? Watching the news, in español, and it was back in the day, so it had something to do with like los zapatistas and all that, and how people were like se estaban rebelando en México, y había un desmadre, ¿no? Con el gobierno como siempre, and I remember I had to go take a shower, and I was like taking a dump, and I was sitting down, and I started thinking, and I wrote that song when I was in the restroom. I took my pen and my piece of paper, and I was writing down before I take a shower, and I'll never forget that, because then I threw la libreta, la puse a un lado, me metí a bañar, y cuando salí I was like, fuck yeah, this is good. I'm gonna bring it up to the bed.
Do any of your songs hit differently now than when you first wrote them?
I could say yeah. Every time I sing a song, se siente, you know, especially. Hasta me da ganas de llorar porque hay muchas rolas que he hecho con el puro corazón, y cuando las cantas, pues, I always feel it, bro. Like, I don't think I could. I'll be fake if I write something that I don't feel. So every time I sing, I feel it, and you just gotta feel it, and that's music.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened at like one of your shows?
Craziest thing, we the second time when we had a tour in Mexico City, and other states, but we went to El Chopo. Es como un tianguis, como un swap meet que se hace en la calle every Saturday, and there's live bands all the time. Every Saturday it's a different live band. So it was our turn. We went, we got invited, and we're like so excited. So we started playing, and I remember that shit was packed. It was a lot of people, but there was a car, like como un like trailer, like a tall car, and people started jumping from the top of the car to the crowd, and then they were just landing on top of everybody, and everybody was like cool with it. Everybody, like, they were waiting for them to to fucking make it down. So they would like go on top of the car, which it was pretty high. It was pretty high, bro. And one of those big cars, what do you call those trailers? Those fucking big wheelers. They would go on top and they would like fucking throw it themselves from the roof, from the top of the car. And then hace poquito, el año pasado, fuimos a Toluca, tocamos en un festival que se llama Skatul. Y habían unos ropes que estaban sosteniendo el techo. Y todos se andaban colgando como pinches changos. Y estaba llueve y llueve, güey. Entonces estaba todo el mundo bien mojado. Y todos andaban colgados de esas madres. And I was like right here. And I was just like watching like a whole show. I was watching the show. It was pretty cool. Like, people get down in Mexico, dude. People get really fucking down.
Any unforgettable stories from being on the road?
Fuck, man. Yeah, I have a really, really scary one. They tried to fuck with us one time. I'm not gonna say where, but it was in some part of Mexico, and we were in a hotel, and they called us. And they're like, a guy with a fucking... Because, I don't know how, but they got our fucking phone numbers. And they fucking FaceTime us. And when I answered my phone, it was a guy encapuchado. Con un vest y una metralleta. And they were basically trying to fucking... There's a word. Pero nos querían robar, pues. Nos querían bajar. Con feria. And we were like, oh, fuck. We got scared. We thought it was, like, real. And we thought, oh fuck, ya nos van a ahorita raptar o no sé, nos van a quitar lo que tengamos. No teníamos nada, güey, nomás los instrumentos. So luckily our engineer over there, he's Mexican, so he was like, no, güey, tranquilos, nos quieren usurpar o no sé cómo se dice. Simplemente te quieren como engañar, te mandan un video, te hablan y te quieren bajar feria, pues. Y él nomás nos dijo, you know what? Let's call the van. Let's get in the van and let's get the fuck out of here. So we came to find out that it was like a whole operation. It was los mismos güeyes del hotel. Los mismos güeyes del hotel, they were fucking with us. Because we were like, alright, wait a minute. The only people that have our fucking cell phone numbers is the guys at the lobby. Because, you write your number and shit. So that's what they did. They tried to fuck with us, but we didn't know that, and we were like fucking scared, dude. We were trying to, we thought it was, nos iban a cortar los dedos, no sé qué pedo. Yeah, dude, it was scary, but no, thank God, we made it out alive, and we just moved to a different hotel, and we couldn't sleep that night, but yeah, that was pretty scary.
What's been your favorite place or venue that you've played at?
Ooh, wow. We just came back from the UK, and we played at what's the name of that? Rebellion Festival. It's like a huge punk fest, and we play in the main room, which was like a castle. And like, I'm telling you, dude, like a castle, like the roof, the walls, everything was like you were like in a hall, like in one of those old school castles, and it was like pretty amazing to play there. And it was the same stage like the Specials played the night before us. So I was like, fuck, this is kind of cool. This is really fucking cool. And the guys from Exploded invited us to play with them, like the song. Wow. So it was pretty fucking mind blowing. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Crazy. In the UK, it was last year.
What city goes the hardest or cracks the most, do you think?
That's easy to say. Here, LA. But Mexico City gets down, dude. Mexico City gets fucking down. Also, Puebla too. Puebla and it's the whole México. Son bien cabrones allá, güey. Se hace el desmadre. Es que hay mucha gente, pues. Entonces, como hay mucha gente, pues más desmadre. Entre más cabrones, más desmadre.
Yeah. Going back and forth, bro, from the motherland out here to the States, after shows, what's the go-to food spot or like type of food?
You guys are gonna kill me, but after eating tacos like for 2 straight weeks, I go to In-N-Out. Yeah, I love In-N-Out, bro.
How was it playing in Mexico? Is the scene different out there?
It's just the same shit. It's, you know, you go, you get in the pit, you drink your beer, you smoke a little some, and you have fun. You know what I mean? And people are just there to have fun. And if you fall down on the floor, they pick you up. Same thing here. You know, people are here to have fun. If you fall on the floor during the pit, they'll pick you up. You know, it's just fun. It's good times. That's what I like about ska, cause it's just good times. Dude. The music is happy. Like every time I listen to ska, it makes me want to dance. Yeah, so it's good shit.
Mr. OG Kalaca. Any shout outs?
Shout outs to everybody that's part of the scene. You know, everybody that started this shit, that's still here. Like I mentioned earlier, the new bands, people that are getting together in the backyards and the garages, and they want to make a band. Fucking, I gotta say something. Fucking do it, cause you never know.
Man, thank you so much, bro, for blessing us with your presence, man, your time, your stories, bro. Just the whole history behind the band, bro. A real, true OG, man. Already at legendary status, we feel, here at Eyesore Radio, man. Thank you once again, man. Yo, you tuning in with the one and only Sr.Kalaca, bro, from Ocho Kalacas, holding it down, bro. Much love. Eyesore Radio. Yo, this episode was brought to you by Santo Paso, bro. Hood Vandals. Yo, we in here. Hey, steady mobbing. Let's go.